You're listening to Language Caster's Learning English Through Football podcast. Hello there, everyone. Welcome to the Learn English Through Football podcast, and today I'm your host, Damon. I'm based in a sunny but chilly Tokyo. Damien, the other half of the team, is in London, and you may have listened to his weekly football language podcast earlier in the week, which was on the phrase foul and abusive language. Check it out if you already haven't. We'll be hearing from Damien later on in the show as he gives us his predictions for the big games this weekend. Before that, I'm going to talk about some of the language connected with the second legs of the knockout phase of the Champions League, which were played this week. We'll have phrases from 3 matches.
Unasikiza languagecaster.com.
Okay, that message or stinger was in Swahili. Regular listeners will know that we have several stingers with different languages in each show. You can add your language too if you would like. Just send us a message in your language. Hi, my name is, and you are listening to languagecaster.com. Send it to us at admin@languagecaster.com. And can you guess the languages of the other stingers? We'll have the answers at the end of the show.
คุณกำลังฟัง languagecaster.com
Right, let's take a look at our first match and our first football language phrase. Club Brugge travelled to Atalanta with a 2-1 lead. However, the Europa League champions Atalanta were expected to turn the tie around at home, that is, to get a better result and win the tie, playing at their stadium. The Italian side could not do that and instead lost 3-1 at home and 5-2 on aggregate, the total score from both ties. Here is what The Guardian said. Club Brugge stunned Atalanta 3-1 in the second leg of their playoff to dump the Italian side out with a 5-2 aggregate win and reach the last 16. So Club Brugge stunned Atalanta. They surprised the favourites and dumped the Italian side out. To dump out means to knock out, but it's often used when the underdog, the team people think will lose, wins and beats the favourites. Our second match was between Real Madrid and Manchester City. Manchester City were turned over 3-2 after leading 2-1 at home, but they only needed 1 goal to force extra time going into this second leg. But Real Madrid were far too good for the English side, and although City did score, it was only a consolation goal in time added on. A consolation goal is a meaningless goal scored by the losing side. Usually their opponent has already a comfortable lead. For example, Real Madrid were leading 3-0, a hat-trick from Mbappe, and 6-2 on aggregate when City scored. A consolation goal can sometimes restore a bit of pride, showing the team is still trying, but in this match, Madrid had already taken their foot off the pedal. They'd stopped playing 100% because the tie was already decided.
Vous écoutez languagecaster.com.
And the final match we'll talk about this week was between PSV Eindhoven and Italian giants Juventus. The Dutch side faced a tough task as they lost the first leg 2-1, but they managed to overturn that deficit and win 3-1 after extra time, so 4-3 on aggregate. To overturn a result or deficit is to overcome being behind and win in the end. In fact, they were the only team in this round to overturn the result of the first leg. All the other teams that won the first leg qualified for the last 16. In overturning the 2-1 deficit, PSV also dumped out Juventus, just like Club Brugge dumped out Atalanta. With AC Milan also losing, it was not a good week for Italian sides in Europe. Was it a good week for me in the predictions last week? Not really. I only picked at 1 point, leaving me still trailing Damien in our Language Caster predictions battle. I'll try and do better this week. And here's Damien with this weekend's fixtures and his predictions.
Right, on this week's predictions, we look at 4 games, all of which are from the Premier League. The first game of the weekend sees in-form Everton host out-of-form Manchester United. Everton have enjoyed the new manager bounce under David Moyes, who is back for his second stint or second spell at the club. The Toffees have 13 points from their last 5 matches, while Man U have lots and lots of injuries and lots of problems. I think Everton will win this one, maybe 1-0. Next up, we have a London derby between Arsenal and West Ham. That's North London against East London. West Ham have not enjoyed a new manager bounce under Graham Potter, and I don't think they will get anything from this game. Maybe 2-0 to Arsenal. Aston Villa versus Newcastle. This is a battle between 2 teams with ambitions to qualify for next season's Champions League. And I think this one will end in a draw, 1-1. And this will be the 3rd time in a week that Villa will have drawn a game after a 1-1 with Ipswich last Saturday and a 2-2 with leaders Liverpool during the week. And how about Liverpool? Well, they travelled to the champions Manchester City in the big game of the weekend. But, as we have already heard, City were really poor in defeat against Real Madrid. So there's a good chance of a Reds victory. I'm going for a 2-1 away win. What do you think of those predictions? Let us know and drop us a line here at admin@languagecaster.com.
Thanks, Damien. I hope you're right about Liverpool beating Manchester City, but we have a poor record at their place, so it'll be a surprise if Liverpool get all 3 points.
Ég heiti Marino og ég stuðningsmaður Íslands og þið að hlusta á languagecast.com.
Right, if you have any questions about language of football or any comments on our podcast, then please contact us via email at admin@languagecaster.com. Come along to our website and check out our football language forum where you can ask and answer any questions you have on the language of football. And of course, come along to our huge glossary of football vocabulary. There's lots of expressions and phrases and cliches about the beautiful game. And we'd love it if you could spread the word about what we're doing here. Give us a like, maybe follow us on social media. Remember, we're on Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, YouTube, and many others.
languagecaster.com.
Great stuff. Yes, please do contact us, follow us, and give us some likes. And thanks for that final message, which was in Welsh. Listener, how many languages could you identify today? We started with Swahili, followed by Thai, French, Icelandic, and that last one in Welsh. Thanks for listening today. We looked at many phrases, including to dump out, a consolation goal, and to overturn. Let us know if you hear these phrases while watching football in any language, of course. Enjoy all the football, and we'll be back early next week with a new football language expression. Ta-ra!
Thanks, everybody. Enjoy all the football this week, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.